Hey guys, this is my day for the week. What the fuck week are we on now? 8? I don't remember. No, I don't remember. I think it's week 8. I could be completely wrong though. Anyways, this review is sort of off the cuff because I'd forgotten that I hadn't really been thinking about what a film I was going to do. So I just watched this, so I'll review it because it was really good. That's Rope. Now I know what you're thinking. You're saying, hey, didn't Scotty Boy review that for the Real DVD Watchers Hitchcock Week? And yes, he did. But I want to review it, so I will. I just want to lay down my thoughts. I want to give my thoughts on it. I don't really want to explain the plot because I can't be bothered, as always. But basically, this film is obviously directed by Hitchcock, and it is fucking brilliant. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, it's not as good as Psycho, or Rear Window, or North by Northwest, because those are like my 3 favourites of Hitchcock I've seen. But this is a fucking good film, and basically, this film is really cool because they did it in such a way that basically, well, it was edited, but it's shot in 10-minute sequences, if I remember, because I was reading a book on it in the summer, or on a book on editing, and they mentioned this, and I was like, that sounds fucking brilliant, I want to see that. It's like, and it's really cool, because basically, it's just a bunch of 10 one-ers, and they've sort of creatively edited it together, those one-ers, so you don't notice it, so it just seems as if it's pretty much all one big one-er, one shot. And apart from there is a couple ones where, like at the beginning, there's a noticeable edit. Sorry, not on top form today. Jimmy Stewart, as always, fucking brilliant. After getting that Hitchcock collection and watching films with him, and I am in love. No, I'm not gay, but this guy's brilliant. It's a fucking... and his voice. Holy shit, does he have the most awesome voice in the world. Like... Yeah, charade, that was a gunshot. No, that's terrible. I'm not going to do that. But the acting in this film was really good. There were some sort of cliche-ish characters, like that woman who just sort of like this all the time. Oh, that's brilliant. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. But the other guy who committed the murder, not him, but the other guy, who was a bit up himself and always trying to, whatever. He was really good, I thought. I don't know his real name, but he was just really, really good in the film. I thought he played the character in such an interesting way. I don't know, it was sort of like up himself, but still like you got this sense that he was really worried that they were going to get caught at this party that they'd set up and stuff. The characters are all really cool. Well, for the most part, I really like the woman in it. I can't remember the younger woman. I like her in it because she's that kind of Hitchcocky, kind of cocky. Hitchcocky. She's kind of cocky and sort of she can handle herself. I like that. I like strong women in films. I thought she was really cool, and not only that, but I know I said I wasn't going to explain the story, but it was a really creative, kind of interesting story. I mean, it's not something I've really ever seen before. And I just thought, where have I ever seen this? Now today all we get is sequels, prequels, remakes, reboots, based on comic books, based on books, well, the list goes on. And those films are all well and good, and I still thoroughly enjoy them. But there's no original ideas coming out today, but this was a really original idea, and I bet now it's based on a book. I just have this feeling it's based on a book. Or maybe that was another Hitchcock film. Christ, I hope it's not based on a book, because I'm going to sound like a right twat. But the act, it just... I don't know what I can say about it. I mean, it's Hitchcock. The camera work was so creative, because the camera was almost doing the editing for the film, because they weren't... It was like this almost test. That's kind of what I got from the film. It was like this test of like, can we do this? And the editing was sort of, you couldn't. The camera wasn't being too obvious. It was. I love those moments where it just pulls away from the actors and you see someone off in the corner doing something, like the maid, but you hear the actors talking and it's almost kind of not feeding off. It's sort of like reflecting what she's doing almost. I think that was what happens. Jesus Christ. And the actor's fucking well done on the actor's part to have to go for those one takes and, I mean, 10 minutes in one go. It may not sound like a lot, but fuck me. I mean, you watch how many shots there are in a movie in 30 seconds. There's going to be a lot of shots. And, you know, so you get to put different takes together and like, oh, well, I like this part of a take. But then when he says this is better, so we'll just put those two together. But this, you have to be on top dollar, top form for the whole thing. And I gotta say, I know I said they were really good, but they are just brilliant in this film. And the way it's all set in one room, it never goes outside that room as far as I remember. I think that's one of the major points of the movie. I mean, it would have been kind of tough to do the whole 10 minutes shots. And the way it plays out, it's not a long film, and that's good, because if it had been longer, I think I would have felt it dragged. And I love the way it plays out. You know, Jimmy Stewart almost coming to this realization, and the other guy almost pushing him to that realization. Just he's saying, you know, they've got this theory that like, you should be able to murder the few people who are better, smarter, kind of above the norm, should be able to murder. And he's almost hinting at it to Jimmy Stewart, the other guy who's committed the murder, saying, yeah, I have done this. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Sort of. I don't know what else to say about the film. I've been reading off, been blabbing. This is kind of a mishmash of a review. The other guy who's on the cover, who's not Jimmy Stewart, he was really good too. His sort of descent almost into madness and getting drunk and just just becoming like this big splodge of a really bad explanation, which was what that was. Sorry. His descent into madness almost. Oh, yeah. And he's kind of, you know, he's being a little. You can see that smidging through. You can see it kind of pushing through in the beginning of the film. He's sort of more worried. He's like, hey, you know, fuck, why are we doing this? We just murdered a guy. Hello, why are we having a party? But then he just falls deeper and deeper, and then, you know, and then it all just goes shits up. And the ending, fuck me, I loved the ending. It's not like a big twist or revelation or anything, but just the way it was done, just Jimmy Stewart coming in saying, you know, almost piecing it together, and then the drunk guy, the other guy who's not Jimmy Stewart on the cover, just sort of pretty much confessing for them. And then Jimmy Stewart has the gun and just opens the window and fires like a couple shots. And there's panic outside. It's like, oh, we should call the police. Did you hear the gunshots? Blah, blah, blah. And then the guy like sits down at the piano and like, oh, it's over. And that's pretty much it. And I don't know, for some reason it felt like such a satisfactory ending. That wasn't necessarily a close on the characters, but it was such an interesting way to do an ending. I felt it was like, because we don't need to see them get dragged off by the police, or the police come busting in and like, who fired those gunshots? Oh my god, there's a dead guy here. You know, we didn't need to see that. We knew what was going to happen to the characters. And I just felt that was it just felt like the perfect ending to the film. Final rating? I'm not sure. I'm wavering between an 8 and a 9. Because I think it was such an interesting way to do a film. And really, just kind of, just very creative and well acted and well done. Right now I'm going to go with a 9. 9 out of 10. Yeah, so well done, Hitchcock. You have once again shown me that you are a brilliant filmmaker, and I've only seen like 7 of his films, and he's got a fucking lot of films. So yeah, that was my review for Rope. Sorry, it was kind of a mishmash blabbing. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'm sorry that it was like an almost repeat review, but I just really wanted to say some stuff on it. Okay. Peace out, and I'll catch you next week. Until then, be safe.